Circuit.com and the director of the Texas Short Film Festival. We have an event coming up. It is the Texas Short Film Festival Fall 2022 event taking place on October the 22nd here in San Antonio, Texas at the Slab Cinema Art House. We're going to show all kinds of films. You come there, it's 30 minutes or less for each film. We're going to be showing music videos, TV pilots, comedy, dark comedy, horror films, science fiction, experimental films, drama, all kinds of things. And we're joined by one of the directors who has 2 films in the festival, who's nominated for 2 completely different awards, but we'll be showcasing both of these films on the same night. That is director Abraham Lopez. How you doing, Abraham?
Doing good, Mike. Thank you for having me here.
I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and we definitely appreciate your submissions. You got a lot of great work you're showing our audience. And I'd like to get started with a film that is nominated for the Best Dark Drama Film Award, and that is Life Like This.
Yes.
So, good job on Life Like This. Can you please
Thank
give
you.
us the synopsis? Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Please give us...
It's a story about young females that live in this small town where they're almost all experiencing similar things, like such as abuses in their homes, and they share that with each other, as far as like they each are going through their things within their families, whether they be their family, their boyfriend, and therefore they try to gather together to escape that lifestyle and try to run away from all the troubles that they've been going through in their hometown and things that they've been going through, that they've been, in that environment being raised in. So they're trying to escape from it.
Wow. Okay. And what was the motivation for creating that one? It sounds kind of like a personal story.
Yeah. Basically, it's a story that I got from a few, because I grew up with sisters. So mainly a lot of females. I didn't have any brothers and all that. So I would hear a lot of my sisters, friends, and their stories of things that they've gone through. And I used to see like how they would come over and they would be like crying and basically pouring themselves out to us, and we talking to, not just to me, but to my sisters as well. So I, wanted to grab those stories that I've heard from them and be able to to bring awareness to people of like what really happens, and, in a lot of like small towns and in society that people really don't talk about that much. It is heard, but really looked over, and how people, get pushed to the limits when they're in those situations, those tight situations, being in an abusive home, like a home, whether it be family or in relationships.
Okay. And did you technically, on a technical level, when you were making the film, did you
Yeah.
learn anything from this process?
Basically, like when we're doing it, it was we just basically were, because we used 2 different type of cameras. We were using red and black magic, so just being able to go ahead and technically like trying to match the images together with it, and the angling of it, because each one looks a little different. So it's just basically the lighting and the angles. So it's just that technically we learned how to be able to work around with it, with the red type of sensor and the black magic sensors.
Yeah, but there's a lot of there's a reason why people shot. You see movies, independent films that are shot black and white, because they mix and match all these film stocks, and they try to color correct it all. They're like, okay, this isn't working. It's just black and white.
It gets really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, the other film is nominated for the Best Relationship Drama Film Award. And,
Yes.
that one's called The Betrayal. So tell us about that one.
The Betrayal is a story of a couple that are basically going through like hard times in their relationship, and the gentleman in the actual film itself, he thinks that things are getting better between them, but he's not realizing that it has been going good on her side. So because of the lack of communication between each other and the lack of understanding between each other, it turns the results of things are, falling apart in the relationship in the last minute. And he starts gaining a realization of everything that he didn't notice in the relationship that she was trying to share with him, but he didn't realize it, and how everything just starts falling apart in his world, and how he's like so basically baffled and trying to, put everything together in just the last like few minutes that he's with her. So yeah, that's what technically is about, is the relationships and the communications, and how he didn't be able to realize what's going on.
Very different stories, man. Both of these
Yeah.
are very different. What's the motivation for this one?
Actually, that one's a little bit more of a personal one. That one goes along with a little bit with my story, that when I went through and my relationship with ex fiance of mine. So there was a lot of the things that were in it were a lot of things that I experienced, and then of course I had a little bit more for like the dramatic effects into it, and adding a little bit more to the story. But a lot of it is inspired from events that I went through with my relationship during that time.
Mm, gotcha.
Yeah.
Technical level, did you learn anything on this one?
That one, it was basically just having the right lighting for that one. Is just making sure that the lighting was correct, and be making sure that shadows and just the overall tone of the story, how we wanted to have it done. It was just getting it correct. That was about what I learned from there, which was pretty good.
Okay. All right. Good
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, what's going on in the future? You're obviously producing a lot of films, so what's next?
Yeah, yeah. Right now, we just are in post production for a proof of concept that I have. It's called Ed, a Love Story. It's basically a coming of age type of comedy. So it's like a little bit of this young guy who's graduating high school, and he's trying to go ahead and come out more of as like he wants to start dating this girl that he always wanted to date before, but he doesn't have the nerve to tell her, then realizes that she likes him later on, but then he feels like maybe it isn't the right decision. It's not always what it looks like compared to
Mhm.
somebody that he really knows. So it's like basically it's a coming of age story that I really enjoyed making, that we're in post production right now of it.
All right. Good stuff. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time. And like I said, your films make us look good. I'll be looking forward to meeting you at the event.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thanks for making the trip. Thanks for traveling. And is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Yeah, I would like to thank the judges at the Texas Film Festival for giving me the opportunity, giving us the opportunity to be able to go down there, and the time to look over our films and get to really see how these films are and how much meaning there is behind it. And I'd like to thank them for that.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you soon.
Yes, yes, definitely.
All right, my man. Take it easy.